All right, well, welcome everyone to our Friday specialist training. I feel that it's very, very, very important to spend some time on mindset. A lot of times we think about, okay, if we start a new business, or let's say we're wanting to lose weight, we have a plan of action. And right now we're talking specifically about business. So we think about, our business plan, our schedule for the day, whatever type of business we open. But what a lot of times we do not think about is a plan for our self-growth, a strategy for our self-growth. And the reality is everything that we think here affects everything around us. As we've actually learned, those who are new to soul or are not new to soul, that the mind and body is connected, but the mind is very, very powerful. And I think sometimes we underestimate the power of our mind and our thoughts. We were wonderfully created to do more than we could ever imagine. But because we are imperfect humans, just sometimes struggling through life, we don't realize what we're capable of doing. And that begins with our mindset. So here, once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. So I thought this was something really, really important for us to talk about. And coming up with a schedule, a strategy, a way to shift our minds. Because the truth of it is, I think a lot of people have been almost programmed. I think inherently we are negative because we're imperfect, right? I think we tend to go to the negative automatically. Some of us have more, go to that more often. Maybe we were raised in an environment where everything was negative. And maybe it was always looked at oh, woe is me, or the worst of everything, or don't get excited because it's probably going to suck. Like sometimes people have that mentality, like don't get your hopes up. So it kind of is like the opposite, because we want to have hope and we want to keep our hopes up. But some people think, well, so we're not let down, we don't want to be too hopeful. But what that does is it conditions us to look at the negative. And so what we really want to do is, as we are, whether we're starting our soul businesses or we've been with soul and had our own business for a while now, this is something that every single one of us wants to analyze. So what this really takes on our part is really taking an honest look at ourselves and the thoughts that we have, the way we look at things. Because if we're the only ones who can change that, I think recently, because I've always been all about self-help and self-growth and evolving and being positive, no matter how horrible things are, and that's gotten me through my life, is that shift. And what I found recently is I have allowed all these external situations in the world, people that drive me bonkers, people's opinions that drive me nuts. And I've allowed it to affect my attitude, and I've allowed it to affect my way of thinking. And so that's why I felt like I really want to talk about this topic, because, I'm someone who focuses a lot on that, tries to change my mindset and be positive and look for the good. And I found that I have become kind of like overtaken by the negativity that's been going on in the world, so much so that it affects like how I feel, and not wanting to even be around certain people or people in general, because everybody irritates me right now. Not everybody, because all you guys are great, but just going out and doing things in the world, I'm like, but see, we cannot change what goes on around us, but we can change what goes on inside of us. And so I felt that it was really important, because I had to kind of have a come to Jesus meeting with myself. Like, what are you doing, Rachel? Like, you're letting these things control you. You're letting them affect how you feel and your thoughts. And this is not you. This needs to stop. So I think that we have to take some time to really do an honest self-examination of of how we think. And you know what? Sometimes we're like, we aren't negative. I don't think negative. I'm positive. But when you really start to think about what, like focus on what you think inside, you may not feel the same way, because we have about around 60,000 thoughts a day. And so we might think we're positive, but then as we start analyzing what comes into our minds, we might realize, gosh, I may not be as positive as I thought I was. And so we all need to take the time every once in a while to analyze ourselves, because we're human beings. So we're not going to be like rah, rah, yay, Pollyanna, this is awesome all the time. That's just not real life, because real life is sucky sometimes. Let's just be real. I mean, this is real life, and I want to keep it real with everybody. So how do we cope with that? Well, when you're in business for yourself, if we don't keep our thoughts in check, and if we don't feed our minds with the right things, we're not going to be successful. Because see, we can attract people or we can repel people. You know, we are all beings of energy. All of us. Energy is in everything around us. We are energy. This isn't weird voodoo. This is just a fact. Have you ever been around somebody who all they do is complain, and they're negative, and they see the worst in everything, and woe is me? How do you feel after spending 10 minutes with that person? How do you feel? You feel so drained. You could go into that feeling so good, and then after you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I don't feel good, because their negative energy literally drained your positive energy. So this is a real scientific thing, and there's so much to it, which we're not going to go into all of that. So we really, really need to start thinking about, what do we fill our minds with? So just like I talked about, okay, if we want to lose weight, we have a strategy. Maybe we're going to a trainer, we eat a certain way. Maybe we don't go out to eat with certain people because we know we're going to be tempted. You have a plan for success. Business, you have a plan for success. So with our self-growth plan, how can we set ourselves up for success? Because truly, if we do not change this, then we are not going to attract the right people into this business, and we will sabotage ourselves. Because I don't know, I'm sure like we all have struggled with self-sabotaging ways of thinking. Maybe we think, you know what, nobody's going to want to listen to me. I'm not an herbalist. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to know more. Nobody's going to listen to me. Well, you have just told your mind, your subconscious, that you are not capable and nobody's going to listen to you. So whatever you believe, you're right. Just remember that. Whatever you believe, you are right. If you think you're not smart enough or educated enough and nobody's going to listen to you, you're right. If you tell yourself, you know what, I'm passionate about people, I love people, I have something that is going to make a difference for them, you're right. So the things that we constantly tell ourselves will affect the outcome. What we achieve inwardly will change the outcome of outer reality. So obviously, time and unforeseen occurrence befall us all. We all struggle with things. We can't control everything, you guys, you know, but there's so much we can control. And I truly believe people don't understand how much we can. And I think sometimes we get into a martyr mentality that I am just going to be suffering for X amount of time, and that's just how it is. And you know what? Things just don't go well for me. You know, bad things happen all the time. Guess what? You just conditioned everything around you to suck. I'm telling you, like, it's amazing. I mean, I've been through this myself, and you know the saying, when it rains, it pours. Why is that? It's almost like negative begets negative, more negative, more negative, right? Now, like I said, this is not an exact law or rule, because things happen beyond our control. but conditioning our mind is very, very powerful. So, we've probably heard of affirmations and people might think that's lame or whatever, but it's not lame because we have our programming already. So I think for some, it's going to take a lot more work to change that negative thinking. But if we want to do it, we can do it. So, I've seen these memes, and obviously we all believe this anyways, but like everything we put into our minds affects us. The TV shows we watch, entertainment, people we're around, everything around us, what we read, what we look on, on social media. I mean, I think that's probably one of the most toxic things right now. And I am so addicted to social media. So I'm like, I have to find a way to taper off because, I just find it like it upsets me all the time, So here we are. What are we spending our time on? I mean, obviously, a lot of us feel very passionately about spiritual things. And so we want to feed our minds with these things. So how can we have a daily routine of balance with these types of things that are going to fuel our minds, that are going to help us keep positive, help us not to become consumed with all the negativity around us, because it really, really is a game changer. So setting up our day for success. I have found that writing down my lists the night before is always a game changer. Every time I do that, I am very successful in my day. First thing, maybe it could be read something spiritual, pray, meditate on something that you want to, some like 15 minutes of self-help, something to do with self-help or self-growth. And, there's a lot of really, really amazing tools out there. And each one has to decide what they're comfortable with when it comes to that. But the truth is, we need help. I mean, none of us are perfect. None of us have everything together. We need to take in this constant, positivity, this positive food. And so I know there's 3 books that I wanted to share with you guys, and we can always get them on Audible. I like doing things on Audible and also having the book because I love to have it played to me and then take notes and underline and stuff like that. So these are the 3 books that I think are wonderful, wonderful to start with. The Go Giver, which we have been talking about, I highly recommend everyone. I think you should get it. I think you should do all of them on Audible and in the book, or just the book is fine, whatever. But The Compound Effect is a very powerful book, very simple, easy read, but powerful. And this goes with anything in life. If you do little things or make little changes over time, it leads to huge results. And that can be in any aspect of your life. Whatever part of your life you're trying to work on and improve, this helps you to understand how that works and how we can condition our mind to remember little things, not huge, ginormous things that are overwhelming, but little small steps compounded over time. And then John C. Maxwell, he's got some amazing books and videos and all of that, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. So these are 3 things that we could use. I mean, there is a plethora of amazing information. There's some that maybe you wouldn't really feel like you're into, and that's fine. Everybody needs to find what they're comfortable with. Simon Sinek is a really great one to listen to. There's just so many good things that, for me, it's like, okay, let's prioritize every day what it is that we want to do. First and foremost, spiritual things, if that's what's important to you, and then add, the self-growth, and then your business, then the things for your business. Reach out to so-and-so. There's a really good format for how to make success out of our lives. And every day we're making one step closer to our goals. So changing your mindset is the most important thing. And this is what's awesome too, is, as we start to create new habits, we do things differently. We actually create new pathways in our brain. The more we focus on the positive, the more we focus on gratitude, the more we condition our minds to think in a positive way, it creates new pathways. So then it becomes more natural. So like I said, some people, it may take a lot of work. It may take a lot more work than others, but it can be done. And you know what's beautiful about Soul Naturals is that it gives us the tools for our brain to also make it easier to create these new pathways. I know when I first started on Soul, I felt like my brain was completely changed. You know, I felt like because it's so easy to tell someone, and it kind of can annoy me sometimes, but it's so easy to tell somebody, just be positive, stop being so negative. But you know what? For some people, it's chemically very challenging for them to be positive. So when you start them on a soul program, they start to feel like they have more control over that. And I've seen that over and over and over again with people on this program. People that I remember someone telling me after being on this program, they felt like they could actually show love to their family. I mean, that is crazy that they're so powerful that it like opens up things. It balances the brain so much so that you feel like I can express myself the way I want to because I love my family, I love my kids, or I love my husband, but there's just something I can't seem to figure it out. And then as they start taking the nutrients for their brain, they're able to feel these things. They're able to be positive and they're able to express themselves the way they want to. I mean, how life-changing is that? So we have something beautiful with Soul Naturals that really changes people's lives. And so I just thought it would be so important to focus on this and for us to make a conscious effort to, we've got to block out the crazy. And I've never seen so much crazy in my life as I have with this world right now. And it's been making me a little cuckoo, I'm not going to lie. So it is time for me to get my act together and I'm blocking it out and I am taking control of myself and my thoughts. And so I just thought I wanted to share all of that with you guys because it's so, 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 so important. And we're all here to help. And, also I wanted to make sure everyone knows that, we can do these Zoom meetings. Your upline is welcome to include us if they want to. We could do Zooms with you to help you come up with plans. We can do Zooms with your, people that are interested in Soul to help you with your new businesses. You're not alone. We're all here to help you. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And it's so nice to see new people on here. Welcome to Soul. It's a wonderful company to be a part of. And I've been with them for 8 years and I've just loved every second of it. And so I am going to pass it over to Rebecca now because she's going to be talking about something exciting that Soul has just released for us as specialists.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. That was so good. And if anybody needs those books that she was recommending, we can always send you the information. I have the images and whatnot that we can always send over to you guys. Also, this will be recorded, so if you want to review it later, you can. So going into the next part of this, I'm going to share my screen. It's very important in our businesses to have a system. And our goal in this is to make it as simple and duplicatable as possible. And I love this quote I found online saying, confidence comes through building capability and capability comes through repetition. And what these systems that I'm going to be sharing with you and packages are designed to do is to give us that confidence and capability that we need, especially for ones that are just brand new in this business. A lot of people, they start out interested, they love the product, they love how they feel, but they aren't quite sure how to share this. They don't have a background maybe in natural health, or they're not familiar with the formulations or what might be best for somebody that they're trying to help, but they just want to help people. And so what Soul has done is they have created these packages that are geared to help us not only share, but set people up on a solid program that they can have on auto ship, use all their points, that would also open them up for bonuses and things like that. So the amount spent is just enough to help people be eligible for bonuses with the Soul Prime. So I'm going to go through these. These are the starter kits. There's 6 different ones that were just released this week. And one of them, the sleep one, we still don't have the sheet on it, but that's actually, we just got some new developments with that. So we're going to go into these a little bit just to give you a little heads up on how these work, because the goal with this, again, is to arm you with the knowledge and the ability to help the people that you're trying to reach. So the purpose of these, of all of these, is simplicity. You're wanting to be able to find something that's affordable, self-explanatory, that allows you to start on a path to health. So this is something that we can use that's simple and duplicatable and effective. So this is what we've got. They've provided us with information sheets on all of the kits. And so these are just little sections of them, but actually on all of these kits, there's actually instructions on how to take it and all of that. I mean, they're wonderfully put together. So the first one we're talking about is the Mood Starter Kit. As you can see, it's got the Solmegas for the brain, the Longevity, which is the D3, Adaptable, the Confidence Roller Blend, and Soul Vital. So as you can see from the sheet that they created here, it explains what it is and what it's going to do. So this is wonderful, a wonderful starter kit. Also, to keep in mind, they still have the kits that we've used before. So I know previously we've always recommended the Immune Package as a good foundation and then built on that. Those are all still available. If that's a system that you've already been using, that's awesome. But this is just a simple way for new people to create a system for their business, or if people are wanting to shift their system to something else, this will be something company-wide that's very easily accessible. There will be plenty of tools and education on this. So it's a wonderful way to move forward through your business. Next, we have the Immunity Starter Kit. As you see here, it's got the Soul Clear for the respiratory and immune system, Longevity, again, for the D3, Neuro IM, which is the immune formula for the brain and for the body, Excel, and Cinemate. So again, these are foundational products that are geared towards the immune system. This is another wonderful package you can always include. The Sleep Starter Kit, I love this one. It's got the Infatuate, Vertizymes, Contentment, Renew, and Soul Vital. These would be wonderful for helping people get good sleep. Again, they have instructions on how to take this. So these are not all at night or all in the day. They're going to be very specific on the instructions on how to take this to get the most benefit. Next is the Energy Starter Kit, which is the Avant Greens, the Excel, Cinemate, and Power Chi. So if you have somebody that's like, I'm exhausted all the time and I need something like crazy to get me going, this will actually really pack a punch and give you a lot of energy. Again, these are great starting points. If it's not for you, that's okay. There's still all those other packages that are wonderful, but these are great starter kits. So let's see, go on to the next one, the Digestion Kit. You've got the Fiber, which is like a lifeline for so many people that have issues in the gut. The Vertizymes, ProBio IQ, Fast Track, and Soul Vital. This is an excellent starter kit for the digestive system. So many people have issues with the gut, and so many people are having issues with either not eliminating enough or eliminating too much. These are so balancing and nourishing. It's going to be a wonderful formula for anyone that's got stomach issues like that. There's a little bit of everything in here, so you're going to be addressing a lot of things that would help to regain balance in the digestive tract. So this is a really good one. I love this package. And then weight loss. This one, I'm so excited about this because it is getting started. We actually just got the information released about the upcoming challenge. You can actually go online and register for the challenge. There's going to be a new challenge. Let me show you. Let me check and see if I put this on the PowerPoint. I don't think I did. But let me see here. Nope, I did not. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can register for this and how you can get more information on it. Let's see here. Okay, so here is the web page for it. It's a 4-week challenge, and this is how you can sign up. If you need the link, we can text it, email it to you, message it to you. This is the challenge. It's a 4-week challenge. They're focusing on a different part of wellness each week. It is not scale driven. This is activity driven. This is these are all things that we have control over. I can't make that number on the scale go at a certain pace, but I can control my mindset. I can control my nutrition. I can control my movement, and I can control how consistent I am. So I love that everything about this challenge is all the success is measured by things that you actually can control. So every week they're going to highlight a different part of that health and wellness journey that's associated with your weight loss. And then there will be prizes. So to be able to participate, you would of course have to get your kit, which will be dropping, I believe it's on the 22nd. And then we're joining the community. If you see here, it's you text soul-fit to 210-00. And that's where you get your reminders, and they're going to do all the communication through that. And then there's also going to be a tracker that is associated with this whole program. The kit is so cool. They have so much information for this and how to track your progress. It is really neat. When you do get your kit, you're going to see all the like little perks and stuff that they threw in there. It's really cool what they did. And then we want to include other people because we want everybody to feel better. I don't know many people who are not trying to get healthier in one way or the other, and the majority are trying to also lose a little weight. So this is a really healthy way to lose weight and build a community. Even though we might have to do it through Zoom on some of these things, we can all be supporting each other with our walking goals or whatever goals we have. And it helps with accountability, but really the encouragement. And then here's the last little part of it. On when it starts, it begins April 5th through the 30th. So it is time now to get ready. So these are the packages that they have set up. The weight loss one, I am really stoked about because I think that so many people are going to benefit from this. And it is it's such a refreshing challenge to see something that is not driven by a number. It seems like everything that you see out there, it's all like lose 15 pounds by May 1st, or everything is by weight. But with this, it is not only going to help our bodies, but it helps our minds to shift to what actually matters. And what actually matters is that we're moving. What actually matters is that we have a healthy mindset. What actually matters is that we're putting nutrition into our body that's helping our thyroid, our liver, our kidneys, our metabolism all balance out. That's what matters. So it's going to not only help our bodies, of course, but it's going to help our mindset on how to look at our weight and our bodies and our wellness in a much healthier and more balanced way. And I think that is huge in this age of Instagram and filters and, you know, all of these influencers where, you know, everything's so airbrushed and beautiful and perfect. And I love it. I mean, I wouldn't put a picture of my butt with all my cellulite on Instagram either, but it's got a false sense of reality. That's not reality. Like what we're seeing online is not really what they look like. And so we can get a warped view of our value of our bodies and become very critical of ourselves if we don't get the right mindset. And so I love that so much of this is about mindset, and it goes right in line with what Rachel was sharing about getting our mindsets right and prepared for different things in our lives, not only business and in our family and our relationships, but even on preparing to have all this growth. So the first week is going to be on mindset. So that's such an important part of our journeys, whether we're doing a weight loss journey or some other journey. Our mindset is so important. So this will be a really cool challenge to be a part of. If you need help signing up, it's of course free. They just want to help everybody, you know, get on the program as much as possible so they can see the results. But the program itself or the challenge is free, and they always do prizes. So maybe we can all be a bunch of winners. And I don't know if we're going to have teams, but this would be a really cool team to have. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about this or anything else, go ahead, Rach.
I just wanted to say that this Tuesday, we are going to do our product passion on this, on the weight loss challenge, on the weight loss package. And so invite people. I mean, use this opportunity to invite as many people to the Tuesday Zoom. It's at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. And we'll go over this again and then in more detail. because this could help a lot of people. And see, this is the thing about Soul. They're not a fad hype company. You know, a lot of people like the whole weight loss thing, but we need to focus on it holistically as a whole, emotional and physical. Because the thing is when you change how you feel inside and you change how your physical state and you bring it into balance, it's automatic that your body's going to start repairing. There's a reason why people are overweight. You know, there's issues with metabolism, liver, kidneys, you know, all of these types of things. And so as we give our bodies what it needs, it starts to work the way it should. So we want to focus on the right things, and that's hard to do because we want results immediately, but that's why I like the approach that Soul has. So we're going to be in it together. We'll put together a support group. We can put it together on Facebook, whatever works for everyone, and offer support. So please invite people to Tuesday so that they can learn about it.
Yes, yes, yes. So we want to make sure everyone has as much information as possible gearing up to that. Again, it's not released till the 22nd. So gearing up to that, the more we can share this challenge with people, the better, because by the time it hits, we're going to want to order, and that way we can all start at the same time on the 5th and join the challenge. So there's going to be a lot of information coming up in the coming weeks, but we wanted to let you guys know right away. That website, I can always share the link with you guys if anyone needs a link. I believe it was just posted on the Soul Naturals page on Facebook, so you can also access it through there. And again, if you join the text group, you're going to get updates periodically about when it's released and whatever news is coming along the way with the challenge. So anyways, does anyone have any questions? And it doesn't have to just be related to that. It could be about anything with what we were talking about today. I don't have it on gallery view. So if you're waving your hand, I won't see that. So you'd have to do your electronic hand for me to see, unless Rachel sees. Okay.
Don't see any.
Oh, Tamara.
I just want to say hi, everybody. How are you all doing? It's wonderful to see you.
Oh,
see you, Tamara.
I wish it was a year ago and we were all together today.
Isn't that the truth? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We were in Hawaii last year. Soul Naturals paid for us to go, and we made it just in the nick of time. But Tammy stayed longer and had to come home, so that was a bummer. But we still had it, our time.
Yeah.
Angel has her hand raised.
Yes, go ahead, Angel.
Okay, with the health challenge, so it's purchasing and taking those 4 products as part of our health regimen.
Yes, and there's going to be fitness challenges with it. You get points by certain things that you eat, and there's going to be a whole bunch of ways to measure success. But I know with that challenge, it's the package that we're going to be taking is, I believe it's the protein. It's all going to be gearing towards our metabolism and helping our body not only eliminate right, but eat lean, eat healthy and get nutrition in us that's going to help amp us up and get our metabolism kicking some butt. But yeah, it's going to be measured by not only, using the products, of course, but activity and dietary success and things like that. So they're going to give us all the guidelines for how to win, because we like to.
We're winners. We got to tell ourselves that. Remember, it's all about our mindset. We're winners. Winners. No, I'm just kidding.
Winners. Any other questions?
Anybody else?
No. Okay. Well, let's see. I think it's about that time. Yeah. We only went.
Oh, Maria. Maria has her hand up.
Hey, Maria.
Yeah, sorry. So I have a question. Let's say, for example, I'm already taking other products, and if I start the challenge, I mean, I think I already know the answer to my question, but I don't think it would affect, right, that I would be taking these other products with the ones that I'm taking.
Not at all. Not at all. It all is very complementary to each other. You're totally fine.
Okay. And on the, is it like chocolate or something? I haven't tasted that one, but do you all drink it like a smoothie or how?
Well, for me, I mix it as a smoothie. The natural and the Dutch cocoa are both, those are the 2 flavors that they have. They're both delish, and I usually add I put all my other stuff in there. I do like frozen strawberries and some stevia, and I kind of make it a treat. But other people will just put it in a shaker bottle and shake it and chug it. So it's really up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I actually add it sometimes just in my shaker bottle with my Cinnamate and shake it up and drink it like that.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
easy way.
And that's simple. So, I mean, if simplicity is what you're looking for, the shaker bottles are awesome. And you just, do what Tammy was saying. That's going to be a really easy way to do it. Tamara?
Yeah, and if you've never had it before, Maria, if you shake it up and mix it and then drink it immediately, you might sense a bit of grittiness because of the pea protein powder. So the trick to that is to let it sit for about 5 minutes. And what happens is those little tiny fibers absorb the liquid and you don't get that grittiness anymore. Another way you can do it is to blend it with a half a banana, and it makes it really smooth.
Ooh, that
Okay.
sounds good.
Thank you.
Yummy.
I've never tried letting it sit for a few minutes. That's a good idea. Well, good. Okay, any other questions, you guys? Okay, hopefully that covered a lot. If you think of anything, feel free to reach out to us anytime. We always like to help and answer questions. And like we said, there's going to be more information going forward Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be having our product passion. Please feel free to invite anyone and everyone. We're going to be talking about the weight loss challenge and that package, so people can kind of understand why those are the products in the package and what the benefits are and why they might want to consider joining the challenge. So it's going to be a really good meeting. The more the merrier. So it's open to all groups. It doesn't need to be anyone associated with us. We just want to see as many people as possible have as much success as possible. So if we don't have any more questions, I guess we can wrap it up.
It's good to
that
see
it?
everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Maria. Bye, Rosa. Bye, Angel.
Bye,
Bye,
Katie.
Gwen. Bye, Rachel.
Bye.